Hi all, welcome to my channel. This is Staying Forever Young Naturally, and my name is Amila. I just woke up a little while ago and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And it was put on my spirit to jump on here and make a video about the power of peppers. And when I say peppers, like peppers, spicy peppers with caspian, and other healing nutrients like that in it. And the reason why is because we are entering, the deep winter season. We get ready to go into the winter solstice in a little while. And usually this is around the time that people get sick because it's cold and because we're just eating more than we normally do and out of alignment, out of the alignment that we usually keep in. I know for me, I have been eating more than I normally do. So what usually happens when things like that takes place, that's when people get sick. You really, technically, you don't get sick because it's cold. You get sick because your vibration is low, meaning you're running around. You may be stressed out. You may be working too much. You may not be getting rest. You may have a lot of factors that's going on to contributing to that to contributing to your vibration being low because your energy is being drained and you're not able to use it in a way to keep as a defense mechanism to keep colds, flus, and other types of viruses away from you. So I am doing this video to tell you, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. That is such a true statement, right? So for me, peppers is a number one go-to when it comes to being sick, as far as being during the cold season, or if you're stressed, or if you just put something in your body that has left a present for you that may not be of a health status. So I remember one time, many years ago, when my son was young and I was like in the corporate world, sometimes I would eat out, and I'm still not sure on what food it was. There's certain substance that I would put in my body, and it will cause me to have joint pains, right? Meaning in the sense of like a virus, almost like a virus going in and attacking my joints. And it was in the arm area. And that's how I know it was something that I ate that was not probably natural. And I just didn't know it. So I remember going to the doctor like, oh my God, I woke up and let me see. Oh yeah, I remember I woke up and I'm like, damn, I can't even move my shoulder. Like I could, but it was painful. But it's almost like there was something, a pull, a sensation to it, to almost blocking me from moving it. I could barely move it. So I tried to get through the day, and I noticed that it was getting worse. So I went to my doctor and I explained to him what was going on, and he had no words. He couldn't understand. And I remember it was a Friday. So what he did is he gave me a stent to put my arm in, not use it. That's the number one way for a virus or any type of mechanism that's attacking your joints to set in, not use it. But anyhow, I said, okay. So he put it in a stent and told me not to use it. And I think he may have given me a prescription for an antibiotic or not. I don't know, because he didn't know what was going on, because, they practice. They don't know, they guess, they practice. So I remember leaving the doctor's office like, are you kidding me? Like, but I still don't know what's going on. How do I alleviate this pain? And I remember, or alleviate the fact that I need my arm, because I was a month. I'm a mother. At that time, I was a mother and my son was young. So, mothers work is never not needed. You're always busy. You always got things to do. And I was a single mom. So my household still needed to maintain. So I remember my spirit said, go to the store, get you some Thai chili peppers. It's almost like it was a spirit of healing guiding me. Brought me to the store. It was Whole Foods at that time, when Whole Foods was still good, all natural, didn't belong to you know who. And I remember Spirit was like, get these Thai chili peppers, get some garlic, get some onion, and get a potato. And all of this was organic. And I took it home and I boiled it all down, because that's what the Spirit was guiding me to do, to boil it down and make a broth out of it. And the only thing I put in that broth was some sea salt. And I drank it. And I remember when I drank it and I went to bed, and I remember the pain that I had in my arm before I went to sleep. And this is not a flex. This is not me making it up. And I don't know if you can call it magic, but I believe the power in the peppers in nature. There is power in the natural foods and substance out there in nature. When I woke up the next morning, the pain that was in that arm the day before had diminished by 70%. And I had full range of my arm, because at that point, by the time I went to bed, I may have had maybe 60% range of my shoulder or my arm at that time. And Spirit dropped down into my channel that it was a virus. Somehow I had picked up a virus from eating contaminated food, because like I said, I would eat out at that time every now and then. And I was so blown away with the results that took place. And I was like, wow, I see why Spirit led me to go get some peppers. So from that point on, peppers were always a part of my treasure chest. When me or anyone in my family would get sick, they know that I made a magical salsa with peppers, onions, garlic, and a couple of other seasonings, that if you were sick, if you were on the verge of being sick, or if you thought you were going to get the flu, once you had my salsa, it was none and void, right? When I put my salsa together, there is no way that those viruses, bacteria, or anything that will cause you to be sick can survive. Something about the power of those peppers go in, and it works as a natural antivirus, anti-cold, you name it. And so I would say around 2020, when everyone was catching COVID, I'm not a vaccinator. I don't vaccinate. And of course, if I don't vaccinate, there's no way I was going to take a COVID vaccination. And so because of that, there was some people around the holidays that came over to the house who were newly vaxxed. And I felt like they pushed that out, because they ended up being sick. And then I want to say within 24 hours, everybody in my house was sick as well. And I knew I was vulnerable towards it, because I was stressed. I was working a lot. I wasn't getting proper sleep. Any and every environment that I could create for my vibration to be low, and for my resistance to be down, and for my immunity to be vulnerable, plus I don't have a spleen, it was all there. So when those people Our the house guests released the okay, I'm not gonna even put it on them like that because I know it was out in the air, but they were the only ones there that had it in their system. And so of course I became sick. Got sick. Okay, I know how to handle myself when I'm sick and my household and everybody around me. Okay, but the problem is when it was time for me to go back to work, I kept testing positive for the COVID, for for COVID in my system. And I was like, I don't understand why. I'm okay. I don't feel sick. I'm up and about. I'm moving. I'm living regularly as if I should be, even though they said someone like me who don't have a spleen, if you would have caught COVID, you need to go to the hospital because you would potentially die. I didn't even come close to that. But anyhow, so I kept testing positive because I guess that virus lingered in my system, even though my system was tough enough to fight it as far as having any of the symptoms, but it was still there. And I remember going to mad because I couldn't go to work, going to sleep and having a dream. And in the dream, Spirit say, remember the peppers, the power of the peppers. And I was like, oh, yeah. Woke up the next day, went to the store and got everything I need to make my anti-sickness salsa, ate a boatload of it, went to sleep, woke up the next day, went and got tested, and your girl tested negative for COVID, and I was finally able to go back to work. So the reason why I am making this video, I want you guys to understand the power in natural remedies. I didn't have to go to the hospital. I didn't have to go to the store to buy some over-the-counter medicine. I went to nature. I went to the pharmacy by the name of nature, okay? Given to us by God. That's what I did. And I utilized it and I let my food be my medicine and my medicine be my food, and it healed me. So to anybody, if you feel like you're on the verge of getting sick, or if you are already sick, or if you think you may be sick because you know you are stressing, you're not getting any rest, it's cold, and you're right now allowing a lifestyle that's just really taking over your energetic field, so that leaves you vulnerable to sickness, illness, stress, colds, flus. Get you some peppers and do your own research. But I'm telling you what worked for me and has worked for me for over a good 15 to 20 years. And not only for me, my family, my household, and my closest friends and family. Also, I utilize it to heal them as well, in addition to gemstones. But anyhow, what I'm saying, for colds and flu, you need a powerhouse natural medicine. And peppers are that powerhouse of natural medicine. So I would encourage you all to go out there and get you some peppers. Make sure they're organic, incorporated with onions and garlic. Keep it as fresh as possible if it's salsa. And then if you're gonna do a broth, use you some Thai chili peppers or whatever chili peppers that you can utilize, that you feel a calling to. Pray on it and see what peppers you need to utilize. Put some garlic, onion, and a potato and some sea salt. Boil it down and drink that broth. It's going to be the best thing you can have ever done for you during this season if you are prone to sickness, and you're going to keep your money in your pocket and stay out of the hospital and or quick care and emergency cares, because they don't know. They don't know. They're just guessing and be like, oh, we're going to try this. Oh, we're going to try that. No, try nature. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say before I get my life together so I can go to the gym. I love you guys. I love you all. Stay whole, stay aligned, stay healthy. out here, okay, during these winter months. But most of all, stay forever young naturally. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Love you. Mwah.